on insecurities, but I'm honestly dealing with a lot of them myself. Writing a book, isn't that such a mammoth task? And more than that, it is just such a brave move. I've written books before, and I don't think I should say books. I have kind of co-authored, um, been one of the authors in a book that had multiple authors. And I remember when the first time I did that, it was a friend, now a friend, but at that point of time was just another stranger on the internet. We started talking because I used to write blogs very regularly and post videos on the internet very regularly as well. And I guess I got his attention. And I think he's from Pennsylvania. And he said that, hey, Sonali, I want to kind of create a book which has stories of women all across the globe, one chapter each. Would you want to take part? Would you want to kind of share your story over there? And I wish I had that book with me. I have to, like, he had sent me like 5 6 copies. And this is from amazon.com, not amazon.in. So the amazon.in books are very costly. But the name of the chapter that I submitted is called Who Am I? It talks about my journey of discovering myself, asking all these existential questions. And I was really young. And I'm really proud that the chapter is not some weird amateur thing. It still speaks about me and who I am. And after that, I submitted another chapter in another book by another kind of an entity. And then I just let it be. For the longest time, I was like, Sonali Dutta, author, author. And I was less like, yeah, fine, co-author rather. Not really an author. I don't want to take that title um, not so seriously. It's a very heavy and a very important title. Storytellers, writers, philosophers have changed the course of the universe. They have changed mindsets, they have changed belief systems, and it would be a privilege to even want to be one of them. And I had let that be. I didn't think about it for the longest time. Last year, on a random work day afternoon, I guess, or a morning, it was a morning. One of those shower thoughts I got, and I was like, yeah, maybe I should write a book. And this time I should write it by myself. I should be a solo author instead of being a co-author. And I came out of the shower with that idea, and I was like, and I told my partner, yeah, I want to write a book. They heard me out and they were like, okay, okay, great. What will the book be about? So I have no idea. I have so many ideas, but sometimes when you have too many choices, you just don't know what to really choose. And I think I'll just let that idea simmer. I've written a blog post, you should check it out. It's called Let It Simmer, which means that when you get an idea or a thought and you're not completely sure about what you want to do with that thought, it's like putting that thought on the back burner and putting that gas on a simmer mode and just letting it cook by itself slowly. Nothing too pressurizing, but not taking it off the burner either. It's just there at the back of the mind. And I let it simmer. And I went around talking to people. I went around figuring out what the book is supposed to be. I knew that it's going to be a non-fiction book. It's going to be something deeply personal, but I had too many ideas and I had to streamline one specific theme. But the marketer in me went a little bonkers. Instead of really writing the book, I went around talking about the book, went around thinking, what is the publishing journey like? Who will design the cover? Should I self publish or not? And I went into that rabbit hole. Of course, that led me to discover a lot of interesting YouTube accounts that speaks about the writing journey, that speaks about self publish versus traditional publishing, all of that, right? But I was not doing the actual work, which was writing the book and thinking about what the book is supposed to be. And I think last year, when I got this idea, it was the middle of the year, I challenged myself saying that I'm going to complete the book in 6 months. What a joke. It's not just a joke, it is a huge punch to my ego, thinking that I took writing a book, what do you call, like in Hindi, it's a halke mein, right? How can you just take it like that? 6 months? How? You've never really written one proper book yourself. You don't know how the journey is. And I just put it on the internet that I want to launch my book on my mother's birthday as her gift. It's on the 8th of January. Of course, I failed. But I launched something else in the first week of January. It was a work life planner and journal. You should check that out as well. It's a link, it's in the bio description. This is YouTube, I forgot. I was I was just going here and there. I was doing everything, but yet not doing the main thing of writing. And then I really asked myself, what is stopping me? Why am I not writing? I'm writing yet not writing. I'm putting words on the paper, yet I don't think these are the final words. It's not even ready properly. It's not even the proper first draft. I think I understood that my insecurities, they took over me. And this was a time when I didn't even know that the theme of the book will be insecurities. I thought, okay, let me just go around talking to people that I am writing a book. And they asked me, what is the book about? And at first, I would explain, or I would take 10 sentences and I would just try to figure out if they're confused or not. And they would ask me follow up questions. They would seem interested, somebody would not seem interested. So I was like, "Oh, I'm going to catch on to those cues." From 10, it became 7, then it became 5, then it became 3, 2, 1 line. And then that one line became one word that captured everyone's attention. What is the theme of your book? Insecurities, I said. They're like, wow, yeah, I would buy that book. I have insecurities. I did not meet one person who said that I don't have insecurities, not my kind of book. They asked me more questions. They told me that, oh, I have. And I would question them. Like, what kind of insecurities do you think you have? How is it affecting you? This is the structure of my book. This is what I want to do with the book. And they were so happy to tell me. So that's how I figured out and zeroed in that that is the theme of the book. Of course, while writing the book, which is still ongoing, I'm still writing the book. I am really struggling with a few chapters that is deeply personal, deeply challenging, because if I have to go back and think about the root of my insecurities, I kind of time travel. And I told my therapist as well. And they said that, hey, you let me know. We'll have those conversations before you go deep down into it. Figure out, you should not stay there again. You have to come back. So now the name of the book is still not finalized. I have a few ideas. Perhaps I'll share it with you soon. We have three parts. Part one talks about the root of the insecurities, where those insecurities come from: childhood, teachers, friends, heartbreaks, so on and so forth. Part two talks about the present form of these insecurities. How are these insecurities showing up in your present life? How are they affecting you in a way that you don't even know? You are acting a certain way, you are getting affected regarding something, and perhaps the root of that is somewhere in the past and we have never really thought about it. And the third part is about challenging your future self, making your future self more aware that this is how these insecurities have shown up. And if I give you some hypothetical real life situations, how are you going to react to those? This is not just a book, this is a workbook. I want you to read every chapter, go on a journey with yourself, write everything that I've asked you to. There are mini activities, there are reflections, there are prompts, and make this book your own. The dream is to ensure that this becomes one of those books that you read in different phases of your life to figure out, have you really grown? How were you in the past? One of those books that you don't want to give away because this has become your own. One of those books that you give to a friend, a family member, a sibling, perhaps even a business connect, a colleague, saying that, hey, maybe you should read this. So that is the dream and that is the aim. And I really hope that I bring that dream to reality. So thank you so much for listening. I will post more videos about the writing journey. I have book writing coach now, and the journey has been phenomenal. I'll share more about it. I will also put the link of my newsletter in the description if you want to check a few other things that I'm writing. I write perhaps every week, mostly every week. I'm also very active on LinkedIn. If you want to follow and connect with me, that'll be great. And if you heard me till now, but I want to know if you read nonfiction books and maybe give me some book recommendations. If while listening to my book writing journey, if you feel like this reminded you of another book or it's a kind of book you would want to read and you want me to read another book to get some ideas, so put in your favorite nonfiction um, book names in the comments. Thank you again. This is Sonali signing off. Until next time.